Hello everybody, the Goddess of Fire here, back for another fire conversation. Trying a new camera angle. I think this will be a little bit better. It took me like 20 minutes to find the right situation, but I think this will be a little bit better. A couple things before we get started. All of my readings are general, so it's going to be one size fits most, not one size fit all. Think of it like the dressing room. Take what fits and leave the rest behind. Another disclaimer is I swear in all of my readings, so leave now or forever be at peace with it, because that is who I am. Hot topics today is just the week of November 11th through November 14th. Some important things to be aware of for this week. The 1111 portal, which is happening on Wednesday, and that is bringing in some accelerated ascension, alignment, and manifestation power. On November 13th, Mars starts stationing direct in the sign of Aries. Mars has been in retrograde since the beginning of September, so that's kind of felt like our masculine energy was being a bit held back and restrained. Our masculine energy is our action-oriented side of ourselves, so we may have been feeling a little stuck in the mud, like we haven't been able to get started or go anywhere. But this is initiating change, movement, and shifts in a really, really positive way. On November 14th, we have a new moon in Scorpio, and it is a super moon, which means that all of the energies associated with it will be highly amplified. Again, it's intention setting, about manifestations. During my kind of like pregame before this reading, I kept hearing the Michael Jackson song. You wanna be starting something, you got to be starting something. You wanna be starting something, you got to be starting something. So we're literally on the brink of getting some things moving, going, cooking, whatever, however you want to relate that. So let's go ahead and get started with some oracle cards. Keepers of the Light wanted to be here today, so let's see what support we have coming in from our Ascended Masters. Oh, I knew he was gonna fucking come out. God damn it. Archangel Michael. Trusting heaven, you are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. That's kind of a big deal. And then the bottom of the deck was calling to me for Hilarion, divine healing. Honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. So let's dive into the book and see what other things they have to bring to the forefront. Archangel Michael is my actual life guide, so he's always hanging around, but he is also the guardian of protection. So just know that right now you are so heavily protected. Archangel Michael, or in some texts people refer to him as Archangel Michael or Saint Michael, is one of the four major archangels in the Abrahamic religions. His twin flame is Faith. She is also one of my life guides. He is loved all over the world because he is the patron saint of protection. He wields a bright sword of light to help us detach from dramas, challenges, or fears. His name means he who is like God, and his fiery presence helps awaken our leadership skills and reminds us that we have the capacity to connect with heaven. If challenges are present in your life, call on Michael to bring his sword of light to energetically disconnect you from what's no longer serving you. Ooh. Your angel team is with you now. You are not in this alone. You may be feeling sensitive or overwhelmed, but your angels are inviting you to take a step back so that they can come in and share their light of miracles. You may feel that your prayers aren't heard, but that doubt blocks solutions from entering your life. Know that Archangel Michael and his legion of angels are here to help clear anything that's not serving you so that you can allow in the miracles of change that you deserve. Ooh, so I'm definitely feeling just a strong push forward right now. And then to Hilarion. Hilarion is a spiritual master who lived in the Middle East during the 4th century. At the age of 15, he felt the call to go to the retreat of St. Anthony in the Egyptian desert. This was busy with people needing healing, so after a while he went back home with some monks. During that time, his parents passed away, and it is said that Hilarion was so devoted to service he gave all of their estate to his brothers in the poor. For the rest of his life, he lived as a hermit in a cave and was said to perform miracles with his prayers and touch. To this day, he is dedicated to healing, but he also helps spiritual people who feel overly sensitive to overcome their challenges and integrate with the normal world. The world can seem overwhelming to you, and it's okay to retreat to a safe space every now and then to cleanse and recharge your energy. You may feel called to serve others or share your healing with them, but please ensure you are filled up with light, love, and energy first, so that you are not sacrificing your own development for others. You are surrounded by the healing light of Hilarion and the healing angels at this time so that you can recharge and feel whole. Definitely been feeling the energy of healing. I know I say that all the time in my videos, and if you know me, you've heard me say that numerous times in real day-to-day conversations. Like, is this a great time for healing and change? And these two are huge ascended masters to assist in this process, especially since a lot of us are experiencing accelerated and or rapid ascension. Some of the things that you have consciously or subconsciously not been addressing or healing or moving forward with, it's happening now, and it can almost feel like you have the symptoms of being sick without being sick, and we call that ascension flu. So if you have been feeling yuck mucks in more ways than one, mentally, emotionally, physically, it's because we're doing so much clearing. Okay. And Archangel Uriel, he is actually a part of the divine healing angels. So that's kind of a big deal that he's here too. It says, your emotions are healing, which enables you to open up to greater love. I will help you to release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. This is again coming into this rapid ascension. I feel like there's another angel that wants to come out. Yep, okay. And this is interesting that this came out too, because I saw him, Omega, before when I was doing the shuffling, just like I saw Archangel Michael doing the shuffle during my shuffling of each of their respective decks. So I knew that they were going to make an appearance. Omega says, victory, your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. Omega in the Greek alphabet is the last letter. So we're coming to a major closing cycle here. And that's really, really important. Archangel Uriel has been coming to people in rest phase, because that's when it's easiest to do a lot of clearing and cleansing of the body. Hold on. It's having trouble focusing right now. I'm not really sure why. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Again, working with a new camera angle. I'm really hot right now, so I know I'm channeling some truth. Reading up a little bit on Omega. Congratulations, you have chosen to follow your divine guidance, and the universe is flowing in natural rhythm with your decision. When you listen to the messages that your heart whispers, you swim in natural synchronicity with the tide of your life's purpose. Stay relaxed and confident, and keep moving forward with happiness and grace. If along the way you notice problems occurring, then it's time to stop and center yourself. When problems occur, it simply means that you're temporarily out of sync with the universe's rhythms. There is no need for analysis or shame when this occurs. Simply pray or meditate, breathe deeply, and wait until you feel strongly about your next move. Your victory is inevitable in this situation. So you needn't worry that temporary problems will thwart your desire. Whatever happens is supposed to happen, and when it happens is the correct time. Divine timing is everything, you guys. Release your doubts to heaven and rest assured that a happy outcome is yours. So this is basically saying what you want, you can have. It's coming, it's on its way, it's en route, and it's going to make a big show of things. I'm going to read a little bit from Archangel Uriel too before I move on. I am called the psychologist angel because I help to heal toxins from people's thoughts and emotions. I am especially able to release stubborn anger and unforgiveness. I am with you right now to clear away such toxins. I would also like to work with you to help others clear away their emotional and psychological blocks. My healing work is subtle. I never force it on anyone. Like you, I believe that it is best to wait until someone approaches me and directly requests guidance or assistance. Then I simply and lovingly ask them to be willing to release toxins from their mind and heart. If they are willing to do so, then the release will occur. In this way, the person retains their dignity and control while choosing to be clear of lower energies. I feel like people have been giving like silent prayers, like, I want this to be over, I want to move on, I want to be clear, I want to be happy, I want to, make a difference or make a splash in a specific kind of way. And I feel like this has a lot to do with a lot of earth angels, light workers, healers, spiritual guiders, however you relate to it. And a lot of us don't even realize that that is our true calling. And it's something that I think we are subconsciously learning to embrace during this time. We've had a lot of time during this pandemic to think, to have that retreat, to have that pause, and address things that I think could have been falling by the wayside, for sure. And that's important. That's where the real healing happens, is when we make the time or take the time, or even sometimes the universe forces us to do these things. Unfoldment, it's a great card. The lotus flower, kind of tying into that. The universe can make us move forward. The universe can force us to cut cords. It can force us to leave jobs, friendships, relationships that we never ever even imagined or thought possible to be without. I feel like I keep referencing Marie Kondo, but that's what's really happening in people's lives, is they're Marie Kondoing stuff, looking at it, thinking about it. Does this bring me joy? Does this, is this for my highest good? Does this make me want to do more, be more? However it is, does this make me better? And if it doesn't, we're chucking things out the window. And I love that the lotus flower came out. Unfoldment. I feel like there's just a level of growth and ascension that's being reached that I don't think a lot of us thought we were capable of coming to. The lotus flower is a flower that grows and thrives in the dankest, darkest, muddy, murky waters. And from that darkness, those depths, that yuck muck, so to speak, a beautiful flower comes and blooms. And I think that's a true testament to what a lot of people have been experiencing collectively, is growth from the dark coming to the light, coming out of darkness, into a beautiful flower. Unfoldment is we're unfolding ourselves, unfolding the layers of our psyche, the layers of our spirit, and discovering more and more about who we actually are. I'm going to read it from the book too. Your spiritual unfoldment is occurring at all times, whether or not you are aware of it. It is inevitable as long as you put your trust in the hands of the Creator, the one who holds the light, universe, God, however you choose to identify. Like the lotus, your soul is always reaching for the light to fulfill its karmic destiny, but even in that process, there are periods of darkness and times to rest. It is a natural cycle, one that cannot truly be coerced or halted. It has an innate rhythm of its own, one that is unique to the being that is you. You do not need to strive or be driven by spiritual ambition. It does no good to try to force growth upon yourself, or others for that matter. Allowing is the key here. Allow the place in you that naturally wants to follow the light to do so, while recognizing that even when you have complete faith, you will face challenges and occasionally suffering. Your steady faith and love will guide you on your journey of returning to the light. This is really truly about understanding the ebb and flow of life and accepting that every day isn't going to be rainbows and sunshine, and just like every day isn't going to be a storm or a hurricane, whatever. I mean, a hurricane is a storm, but you know what I mean. It's not going to be complete chaos. And I'm being called to another card at the bottom of this deck, which I feel like is really pivotal too. Autumnal equinox, release. That's what a lot of us are doing. In order for us to be able to unfold, we have to be able to release things that are bogging us down, holding us down, and not making it possible for us to be the best versions of ourselves. I feel like a lot of us are surrendering, and that's the most important thing in this process of growth. And it's hard to let go of certain things. You may feel like you're losing yourself, but you are losing your old self. We are shedding the old and coming into the new. And it's interesting because autumnal equinox, it's such a good card to have. Release, and that's what we've been doing, is releasing things that do not serve us anymore. Now is the time to let anything in your life fall away that is no longer useful or needed for the emerging expression of who you are. Allow yourself to gradually shed what has become burdensome and no longer congruent with your soul's purpose. Conserve your energy by allowing yourself more rest, while at the same time making preparations for the winter season. Look especially at your material possessions and be brutally honest with yourself as you discern which of these can be given away or somehow released. That's that Marie Kondo energy. Fuck. Consider shedding relationships that have served their purpose and are no longer viable, as well as work or a job that has become devoid of interest and passion. With release comes a sense of being much lighter, and I didn't even say this, but I was definitely feeling that this week has a much lighter energy. Despite what may be going on in the world, energetically, on a soul level, there's a lot more of a peaceful flow that's happening. Just like the trees that openly bear their nakedness once their leaves have departed and give room for whatever new life is ready to birth following a period of quiet and gestation. So let go of whatever has outlived its purposefulness and trust that something else will take its place. I've been saying this. You have to, in order to make room for what is to come into your life, you have to let some things go. You can't catch blessings if your hands are full of things that don't serve you, that you don't need, that you don't even probably want at this point in this time in your life. Using your discernment, and there should never be a level of guilt associated with this either, because this is natural. This is a part of life. Just like the seasons, the trees have to lose their leaves in order to get new fresh leaves in the coming spring season. So it's just understanding that we are just as much a part of nature as nature is. We are, and we follow the natural cycles and rhythms that plants, animals, you know, go through as well. So now let's break into the cards. Let's see what we're going to be, what we should expect this week emotionally. Okay, well, that's extra. Balance. Emotional balance. What else should we be expecting emotionally this week? Confidence. Queen of Wands. This is finding your spark again. And then the Page of Pentacles popped out as well. And this feels like finding a new sense of groundedness that may not have been there in the past month or so. You're just feeling more grounded, more in touch with the universe. I know that things have been moving around and so many planets have been retrograding and all this, that, and the other. But you're definitely feeling more solid this week. And you feel like the power is back in your hands. Look at how she's got this flame right there in her hand. And she feels victorious. She feels confident. That's beautiful for emotions. Let's pull a clarifier on the Justice card for emotional balance. Let's clarify that Justice card. What is balancing for us emotionally? These cards are so jumpy. Okay. So what's balancing for us emotionally is no longer feeling left out in the cold. No longer feeling like the universe isn't on our side, that things aren't happening for us, that prayers aren't being answered, that wants aren't being gotten or fulfilled, and needs are, oh my gosh, my words right now, it's just there's so many things running through my head, and needs aren't being met. And then the Hanged Man came out as well. So this is us coming out of a pause, out of a moment in time where we weren't able to move forward. We weren't able to make the action that we wanted to. And I feel like that is really just drawing back to the Mars retrograde, our action, our masculine energy, you know. Also, I feel like with a Mars retrograde, that's kind of our wounded warrior stance, is we kind of retreated into ourselves. And that's why I feel like this week is lighter, is because we're coming out of that sense of feeling restricted. A lot of us don't feel as comfortable in our feminine energy, and that's kind of what's been taking place. And that's probably why you've been feeling a little bit more emotional than usual, or maybe just unsettled if you're not used to honoring your feminine side and you're nurturing yourself and, you know, being within your emotions. Yeah, this must have been a really difficult time period for you. I can relate because I am more comfortable in my masculine energy, especially being a fire sign. But yeah, so let's just see what's making us feel confident. What's giving us that boost of confidence this week? And I apologize if the cards are kind of wonky or you can't really see them. Like I said, this is a new... We're feeling more confident is because we're no longer stuck in our negative thoughts. Ten of Swords. We've come to an end where it's almost like our minds were working against us. We're overthinking. We're overwhelmed. We're anxious. But that is, tens are ending. So that's coming to an end with this week. Let's see let's clarify what's helping us to feel grounded this week. What's helping us feel grounded this week? Feeling like we know what direction we're going again. A lot of times when there's a ton of planets that are in retrograde, we feel misguided. We don't feel like we know which way is up from down. And that's a natural feeling. But it's also a place for us to think and to reflect on before these planets go back direct, and we have what's the word I'm looking for? And we have all the tools that we need from that kind of rest period, that hangout point, that pause, that give us the confidence and the power to move forward. I really like that. So let's break into what to expect mentally this week. What should we expect mentally? Coming out of I don't usually read reversals, but that was meant to be. The Hermit, coming out of a phase of isolation. Coming out of a phase, again, it's coming out of a pause, coming out of a time for healing and introspection. What else are we going to be expecting mentally? Mental movement, clarity of the mind in order for us to make some action happen. And this is successful thoughts. This is positive thinking, because positive thinking is what allows us to move forward. And then Judgment. No, I don't feel that. Sorry, guys. I gotta go with what I feel like. And that didn't feel right. Okay, let's get it together. Let's get it together. What else should we be expecting mentally this week? Try to keep this not super long, but you know, when Spirit talks, I listen. Okay. That is ridiculous. Mentally, really? Ugh. Mentally, we're coming out of a resting phase. Four of Swords, that's where we're pausing. We're taking a time to retreat and reflect. Coming out of a state of feeling lost. A feeling like we almost even feeling like a loser, like you're failing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm emotionally overwhelmed, and not realizing that this is for your highest good. I'm just gonna adjust this a little bit. And then the Two of Swords, feeling like you didn't know which way to go. Feeling like you couldn't see the light. I'm trying to keep all of these in frame, but we'll see. Let's try and get a clarifier. Oh, okay, on the Hermit. The Empress. So that's us coming out of a phase of introspection into a new beginning, a new thought process. A new creative thought process. We're creating, co-creation. The birth of our new selves. Let's get a clarifier on the Chariot. What is helping this mental block release this week? Okay. New ideas, new manifestations. Ooh, okay. That's the second page of Pentacles. We're grounding some things. We're feeling grounded, but we're wanting to manifest some new things. What are we releasing mentally? What is this Four of Swords? What have we released? Anything that's not serving us. We Eight of Cups some things. We had to slow down in order to see what we needed to let go. What is this sadness? Explain the sadness for this Five of Cups. What do we feel like we're losing? No, that's ridiculous. I'm not taking all of those. You're tripping, Spirit. Thank you. We're releasing self-judgment. We're releasing self-judgment. And what? Let's bring something on the Two of Swords. Why did we feel like we didn't know which way to go? Because we didn't know which way to go. Oh, that's so funny. So the Two of Wands is actually being at a crossroads, and the Two of Swords is being at a crossroads mentally. This is an action-oriented crossroads. We felt like we didn't know which way to go because we didn't. Let's get another clarifier on that. Four of Swords, Two of Wands. Our head and our hearts weren't in the same place. And that's why we didn't know where to go. And being in that retreative state of mind doesn't help. Fucking flu. Oy. And Eight of Pentacles. That's us working really hard to figure out what direction we want to go. That's beautiful. Now let's take a look and see what we can expect this week spiritually. What can we expect spiritually? Oh, Ace of Cups. That's us being our own cup, filling our own cup, focusing on ourselves. What makes us full of joy and love and happiness? What fulfills us? What else should we expect this week spiritually? This is oh my fucking god, these cards, I swear. Spirit is driving me nuts right now. Okay. I think I've collected all the ones that flew away. That's us opening up our hearts. That's a heart chakra activation for sure. When we open our hearts, we allow ourselves to receive. That's all abundance. Oh my fucking god. It really is. And we're coming to the end of a cycle. And you have yourself to thank for it. You freed yourself from a cycle that you, I think, have been going through for a while, but what counts is recognizing it. And I think when we recognize things and we recognize, I'm getting pissed right now because these fucking cards. When we recognize what's holding us back, and we take the fucking sword and cut ourselves free of it, it allows for a universal flow. This is the Six of Pentacles. This is about reciprocity. You notice that there is actually a infinity symbol This is an even give and flow. This is also about abundance. Pentacles are earthly things. So I honestly feel like you're coming into a new period where, hold on. You're going to receive as much as you give, is what I'm hearing. You're coming into a period where you will receive as much as you give. And I feel like a lot of us haven't had that experience where we are naturally givers. And because of that, we come into a lot of situations, relationships, jobs, whatever type of situation where we are naturally drawn to takers. And what happens when you are a giver and you get into a situation with a taker is takers don't have a limit, but givers need to have one. Because people will take and take and take and take and take and take until they can't take anymore. I feel like I want to get another card for what we're going through spiritually, because we're closing out a big cycle karmically, energetically. Yeah, and we're moving forward. We're getting the hell out of Dodge. We're getting out of this stuck energy. And we're moving forward quickly. So let's get a clarifier on the Ace of Cups. What can we, what do I want to ask? What can we expect from this heart chakra activation? Balance with the Four of Wands. 1111. And we have the 1111 portal. The 1111 portal is going to help with a lot of ascension, with manifestations. We're coming into a balance. And what's interesting too is that this year is a 4. You break it down numerology wise, 2020 is a 4. What else? Yeah, getting in touch with our emotions and following our hearts. Okay. The Page of Cups just landed on the Knight of Swords. So this is something that you've been working towards. You've been looking for a way to move forward, and now I feel like it's happening. Embarking on the Page of Cups is the young energy. So this is it's a new beginning with something old, or something that you have been trying to start or do or create that brings you lots of joy. So this could be a business, this could be artwork, this could be music, this could be anything. So let's get a clarifier on what are we clearing karmically? What cycle is ending? Okay. This is getting out. The cycle of holding back. Ooh, damn, this is a good reading. We're letting go of our fears, holding back our energy, holding back who we truly are, holding our tongue when we want to say something, holding our breath when we're stressed. We're releasing. Look at how wide open she is on this card. And look how closed off he is on this. That's huge. That's a huge difference. wide open, close the fuck off. There's no more fear. Let's get another clarifier on the worlds. What else are we releasing? What cycles are we ending? This is a long ass video. Sorry guys. I already hit like the 40-minute mark. But you want to know what? When Spirit speaks, I'll listen. Letting go of the fear of being seen. The fear of being successful. Wow. That's huge too. Now, what's opening up for us in this 3D world? What are we going to start receiving? We're going to start receiving the manifestations that have been taking quite a bit of time to get to us, to come to fruition. Because I tell you guys all the time, the Nine of Pentacles is the slowest fucking energy in the entire deck. Like, molasses is faster than the Nine of Pentacles. So we're going to start receiving what we've put out into the universe. Because if you've been putting a lot out, you're going to start receiving a lot back. This is a karmic return, too. Oh my gosh. And the wheel is turning in our favor. So this is very, very positive energy. It's that ebb and flow. You're going to get what you give. And let's do another one on this Knight of Swords energy. What are we moving towards? What are we moving towards that has already kind of been in the works? What are we... Okay. Enlightenment. It's so interesting as we're coming out, because we had the Hermit in reverse, which is us coming out of a restricted, a closed off, an introspective period. And what we're doing now is sharing the light, sharing the knowledge of what we learned. Let's see what else. That's funny because this was at the bottom, or I saw this at the bottom of the deck before, but it's interesting that the Knight of Swords is hasty, so we're making some quick moves and quick action towards what we want. But we're also evolving into the King of Swords, and that is the more balanced, discerning, the wiser energy. So we are mastering our thoughts now. That's what that is. We're moving towards mastering our thoughts, mastering our spirituality, and sharing what we learn. Okay. That is some pretty powerful stuff, you guys. I'm going to leave you with a postcard from... Oh my fucking God. A postcard from Spirit as our closing guidance. Super long video. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. Dear you, check in occasionally with yourself about your motives behind actions you plan on taking, especially when you have an end game in mind. Is the source of your motivation desire or entitlement? Maybe you're drawn to a certain path because you think it will bring you a feeling related to the outcome you seek, like safety or wholeness. Know that you will see a reflection in the outer world of the motive that drives you forward. Do you need a motive? Can you simply be pulled in the direction your soul calls you toward? Joy, discovery, growth, or adventure? Participating in something compelling and meaningful without trying to define it. If you can step forward, surrender to whatever spirit has in store for you, you will be amazed at how things turn out. Check your motives, then hand them over to spirit. Everybody here wants the best for you. Life loves you more than you know. Lots to think about for this week. I will be doing a couple other videos for the 1111 portal, possibly the Mars stationing direct in Aries because it is kind of a big energy, and definitely the new moon in Scorpio. Until we meet again for our next fire conversation, thanks for joining me.